Hello, good evening or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is also an English language material, and this time this is the second part. It will be shorter than the previous second part of the in the shop material in the shop title. Oh, actually, I'm in the same T-shirt. It's nice, isn't it? Ooh, I don't know what it is, but nice. But okay. So last time, a few days ago, I spoke. I told you a few thoughts about shopping and things like this. I keep doing, but sorry, but still regarding that, I don't know this material also by heart. I cannot keep my charming, beautiful eyes on you, ladies. Sorry about this. I don't want to break your heart anyway. Maybe later, but not now. So actually, I would like to tell the material. Just I don't know by heart, but I try to tell the second part again. So the title is again in the shop. Second part, thoughts again. So as I said, in the past we usually produced our necessities. I mean, long time ago the people produced the necessity. They usually lived in villages. Now the people live in mostly big cities, and it's not so easy to produce the necessity. Usually in the big cities the people don't have too much animals in the block houses. As in the block houses they cannot have too many animals, but we can have a few nice animals. For example, we can keep in the block house a nice adult tiger or lion or panther. These animals usually don't give too much milk, don't give too much meat, but at the same time it's very advantageous, if I can say, to have a lion or a tiger in a block house, as if we are fed up with the neighbor, if we don't like the neighbor, we can nicely send to the tiger or the or the lion to the neighbor, and it's very simple. We just go to the neighboring door, we knock on the door or ring the bell, and the angry neighbor opens the door. Who is this? And then obviously we give a sign to the tiger or lion, and the lion jumps at the neighbor and eats it. And if we are lucky, there won't be any witnesses, so we get away with the jail. Anyway, if there is some witnesses, we give order for the tiger or the lion to eat the witnesses as well, not just the neighbor. So it's very advantageous to have lions or tigers as a pet. Also, as I said earlier, we can have a budgie. It's very good idea to teach for the budgie some bad remarks on the mother-in-law. If the mother-in-law comes, the budgie says, "Hello, mom, fuck you." This is what the budgie might tell to the mother-in-law, because usually, obviously, we hate the mother-in-law, and obviously we would like to kill many times, but at least the budgie cannot kill the mother-in-law, but at least can piece her off with bad remarks like, "Fuck you, go to the fucking hell, mommy." So things like this is very useful if we teach this to the budgie. Just let's be careful, because we can have budgie and cat at the same time, but if we don't feed the cat enough, it might appear that it might happen that the budgie disappears in the stomach of the cat accidentally, and then the stomach of the cat will speak. So the stomach of the cat will go up and down. "Hello, how are you? Hello, guys." And because the budgie is already in the stomach of the cat. Actually, let's go back to the shop. As I said earlier, some shop assistants are not really nice and not really kind. Like, it might happen that we go to the shop, I would like to buy this, I would like to buy that, if my pockets are not too empty, if I didn't spend all my money on the energy, I mean to pay the bills, because today, because of the Russian-Ukrainian war and because of other reasons, the energy is not really cheap, but still it might happen that we still have some money to buy this and that. and we go to the shop, and obviously we like if the shop assistants are nice, kind, especially if the shop assistant is a nice, attractive lady with the big boobs, and we would like to get her attention, but she doesn't care about us. She has new nail varnish, new nails, she paints her nails, and presses her smartphone with sometimes stupid phone. Oh, I have a chat with this, with that one, and don't give a shit about the customers, and the customers have a long queue already, but she doesn't give a fuck, because she's painting her nails. Oh, the new nail varnish. Oh, my tits. Oh, my new frizzer, my new hair. Hoo ha! It's nice green now. My previous hair was red. Today is green, very natural hair colors, and doesn't give a fuck about the customers. And maybe the best method is, as I said, that take a big machine gun and bazooka and shoot a little bit just next to the not the shop assistant, but next to her. But oh, what was that? Oh, it was nothing, darling. It was just a nice big machine gun, a Russian Kalashnikov, and please serve me nicely, otherwise I'll shoot your fucking head off. This is a very good method to get her attention. Or also with a North American Indian X, a battle X, he threatened her that I scalp you, I take off your scalp, fucking lady, if you don't serve me politely. So these are usually useful methods. Or a big medieval time sword, to put the big sword to her throat, to her neck, and then she will be much nicer to us, believe me. These are good, useful methods. And if she's kind to us, if she serves us politely, because very sometimes it might happen that the lady or gentleman whatsoever, but usually ladies, serve us nicely, politely. In this case, we might pass positive, good remarks on the ladies, like, oh, you are such a nice, kind lady, and you are so beautiful, like my big, fat, ugly wife. You are at least so beautiful, and even your big catfish mustache or goat beard is very similar than my wife's, and just like my wife, you have also two teeth. And I'm really satisfied with you, and as I said, you are really beautiful, you are really big, fat like a pig, and you have nice catfish mustache whatsoever. So we can pass positive remarks on the ladies or gentlemen whatsoever, but usually ladies, as I said. I mean, most of the shop assistants are usually ladies, but there are a few gentlemen as well. And if they are rude, and believe me, it's about 99 plus 9% that they will be very rude to us. They won't be too much nice to us, or just don't give a fuck because they paint the nails, or oh, I put my makeup, whatsoever, or chat on the Facebook, but doesn't care about the customers. But as I said earlier, there is the nice Russian Kalashnikov, North American battle axe, a big knife, or medieval time sword, but there are other methods as well that we can make them be better, make them nicer, like as I said earlier, in other material that we mentioned for the lady, for example, the lady shop assistant, that if she serves us politely, then we introduce her to a nice gentleman who is actually very ugly, like Mr. Quasimodo, the certain bellman in the Paris Notre Dame, very ugly, and a gnome, and also the guy is skinny, and between the legs, to be honest, there is not big sausage, just a tiny sausage, about so thin, tiny sausage, so ugly, very ugly guy, very hairy, very skinny. He has small sausage, but he have a nice Rolls Royce or Ferrari. And when we tell this the lady, listen, if you serve us politely, then we introduce you to the guy who actually has a very ugly face, very skinny body, very small sausage, but he has a big Rolls Royce and Ferrari. And the lady will say, oh, really? Then I will be in love with this guy. Oh, he has a Rolls Royce or sausage or Rolls Royce or Ferrari or Lamborghini. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter that he has small sausage, doesn't matter he is ugly. I will fall in love with him. This will be the reaction, knowing the recent ladies, I'm speaking about recent young and middle-aged ladies. So this is a good method as well. And one more question arises in my brain, if I have a brain. I'm not quite sure about this, but let's just say that I have a tiny bit brain, that how about if somebody steals from the shops? Because it might happen, it's not very characteristic, but it might happen that somebody steals from the shop. To avoid this, maybe it would be better to use the same customs like in Saudi Arabia, as you know, or if you don't know, I'm telling you, if somebody, even today, if somebody steals in Saudi Arabia, they chop off his head, not head, sorry, sometimes the head as well, but chop off the hand with a big bush knife, with a South American machete with a sword. And I think this is a very useful method that we should write all in the shops, that if you steal, you will get the same punishment as the thieves in the Saudi Arabia. We will chop off your hands. Or also a good method that, dear customers, if you steal, we push you to the sharky water and you can have a water polo match with the sharks, and usually the shark will win. So it's a very useful if we threaten somebody that we push him into the sharky water and comes the big shark. And even if the guy is a good water polo player, he don't have any or at least against a big knife, big great white shark, he doesn't have too much chance for the victory, even he's a martial art expert, It is a good method as well. Or if we also write on the wall that, please, dear thieves, if you steal, straight come a big Russian mafia man and will shoot you with a big machine gun, with a Kalashnikov. This is a good method as well. But if you don't steal, we give you nice awards, nice present, like if you buy a real leather coat, a very expensive real leather coat, a very expensive fur, as a great gift, we will give you a nice banana milk or strawberry milk. If you buy, let's say that he buys a big expensive Tsoboy fur, of something very expensive fur, which is must be a few thousand euros or pounds. Then in this case, as a great gift, he gives we give him a nice banana milk or strawberry shake whatsoever, and he will be so satisfied that after spending a few £1,000 on a expensive fur, he gets a banana milk. What a big pleasure is this! Yeah. Or also, if somebody is decent, because obviously next to the lots of thieves, there are a few decent people as well. We also write to the wall that if you are decent, if you don't steal from our shops, at the end of the shopping, you will be a hero at us. You can choose. You can be the hero of the Soviet Union. You can be the knight of the German Reich. The Führer, Mr. Adolf Hitler, will give you a army decoration by himself, or you can be the best man of the Islamic State. You can be the favorite terrorist of the Islamic State. Also, you can be the best Greek warrior who kills the Persian. You can choose. Hero of the Soviet Union, Knights of the Third Reich, Adolf Hitler itself will give you an army decoration, the Führer, with the mustache, the Führer. Also, you can be the favorite terrorist of the Islamic State. Mr. Osama bin Laden will give you an army decoration as well if you don't steal from our shops, or whatsoever we can give to get an army decoration from Mr. Adolf Hitler or Mr. Osama bin Laden. It's a very great pleasure. Or Mr. Joseph Stalin, the hero of the Soviet Union, who was a very nice guy. He killed just 40 or 50 million people. So Mr. Stalin was a really great gentleman. Okay, whatsoever. Sorry, I don't know it by heart yet. If we make some shopping anyway, and the shop assistant is not nice to us, we can try to piece her off, like one method to piece of the shop assistant. For example, I'm telling you an example. We buy a brand new new Mercedes or BMW, which is obviously a brand new, is about 50, 60, 70, or even in some cases £100,000 in some cases, but let's just say that 50, 60,000 pound or euro, it's not cheap as well. And okay, brand new Mercedes, I buy this for 60 or 70,000 pound, doesn't matter. And when when it comes the payment, the shop assistant asks, how would you like, by card or by cash? No, honey, I would like to pay by cash. And how would you like to pay the cash, by £50? No, honey, no, listen, I pay the cash with 5 and 10 pennies or cents. And just imagine if if the expensive car costs 50, 60, 70, or even 80,000 or more pounds or euros, and you instead of the big cash with big money, you give her or him the money in small coins like 5 pennies, 10 pennies. By the time he manages to count 5 pennies and 10 pennies, by the time she goes to the 50, 60, or 70,000 pound, at the end she will be taken away by the ambulance car, definitely to the crazy people institution, to the mental institution. To be honest, I would be taken to the mental institution as well if I had to count until about 60, 70, 80, or 100,000 pound in small 5 or 10 pennies. Yeah, it would be the same like this. I would be taken away to the mental institution. This is a good method to be so the shop assistant if they are not rude, or let's say that our shoe is stinky. If she or he, usually she, but sometimes he is not nice to us, the shop assistants, we take off the shoe. Actually, I have a slippery today, and hopefully, or I think, especially in case of the gentleman, the shoe is very stinky, and put this under the nose. Listen, if you are not nice to me, smell my stinky shoe. Smell my stinky shoe. It's almost like the drug, a real. Some gentlemen have such a stinky shoe that it's about like the cocaine or the heroin. You lose your consciousness from them, like from the heroin or cocaine. So it's even better. Okay, let's go further. Or actually, if we don't have too much cash or don't have too much money on our card, we can try to do some some exchange trade, if I can say. Like, you go to the shop, you would like to buy a second-hand car, but you don't have enough money. You go to the shop assistant and you say, listen, I would like to buy this second-hand car, but I cannot pay. I would like to change my wife for a second-hand car. She's ugly, she's not good in the bed, she's very bad in the bed. She has big catfish mustache, she has only one tooth, but she can wash, she can cook, she can do everything. And she's very fat like a pig, but she can do everything, housework. So please, for this nice second-hand car, accept my ugly fucking wife. And if the guy like the hardworking ladies, she might take it anyway. If he would like some sex, it's not definitely will be your wife, because obviously if she's very ugly, very fat like a pig, and if she has one tooth and catfish mustache and 3 eyes, she's not necessarily good for some sex or something like this. But she is very good in housework, sweeping, cooking, cleaning, whatsoever. It's worth selling her, change her for a second-hand car. Or, for example, we would like to buy a big fat pig. I mean, this time I'm speaking about a real big fat pig, not about the ugly wife. But we don't have too much money, but we have a big cow. But the cow actually has just 2 or 3 legs, because poor miserable cow, while walking on the pasture, he stepped on a minefield, because sometimes in some peaceful countries like Afghanistan, for example, is a very peaceful country, lots of lots of things like this in Afghanistan. And obviously when the cows in the pasture walk around, they might nicely step on a minefield, and then obviously they lose 1 or 2 legs, and poor cow will have 2 or 3 legs. But regarding that, if the cow is fat, even with 2 or 3 legs, still very good to eat it, or milk the cow. I know it's for recent ladies is not really well known, because most ladies milk some gentlemen instead of milking the cow. It's a very bad point anyway, but you can change the big fat pig for a big fat cow, even if the cow has just 2 or 3 legs. What does it matter? The number of the legs doesn't matter. Poor miserable cow stepped on the minefield, lost 2 legs. Still it can be eaten, or still give some milk if we are lucky, even with 2 legs. Or if we have a nice horse, let's just say a small horse, but we would like to change it for 2 goats, because the ghost has, not the ghost is, no, I'm speaking about the goat, the animal with the beard. We can change our horse for two goats. And actually the goat is even better than a horse, because if the horse is in a bad mood, he can kick you up a few times if she goes behind them. If you go behind the horse, he can kick you up to the sky. You can go up to as a satellite to the space. But the goat won't kick you up, so you can change even if the horse is ugly, old horse, doesn't matter. You can change him for 2 big bearded goat. It's a very good idea. All right. And it's very important in the shops that we put the proper material to the proper how to say, department. Yes, that's the best word. The proper clothes to the proper department. Like, for example, if there is a gents department and you start to sell in the gents department nice lacy sexy panties, high heel shoes, mini skirt, or nice big bras, it won't be very popular for the gentleman. Just as it's if you sell big long trousers, it's not as popular for the ladies. But the gentlemen obviously might be surprised if we go to the shop to buy some gents material, and in the gents department they see the sexy lacy panties or sexy bra. It's not really, doesn't really suit the gentleman. All right, and obviously in some shops where alcohol is sold, the shop assistant must be a little bit patient, because some guys, mostly some gentlemen, they come to the shop very drunken and, hello, where can I buy some beer and buy fuck you. And obviously the shop assistant in this case must be patient with them, because if he or she won't be too patient, he might get a nice black eye from the drunken guy. So it's still better. And we can also the shop assistant might use some actions, like, let's say that they sell some original Lacoste t-shirts, and obviously on the Lacoste t-shirt there is a crocodile, and the shop assistant might say that, listen, if you buy a nice original Lacoste from us, then tomorrow you can go to the local zoo to feed the crocodiles, because we have crocodiles in the zoo, and if you are lucky, you might be the main course for our crocodiles in the zoo. So this is a very good material. I mean, a very good recommendation as well. Yes. All right. Anyway, at the moment, just this, a few thoughts, because I'm already tired. Goodbye. I love everybody. Goodbye.